Hello to everyone from here in Colorado Springs. Just wanted to catch you up, give you a quick update on the ministry and how things have been going here. It's a really nice day here, a little overcast, but the temperatures are great, and it's just so nice to be outside. Yeah, a few things. This we all know this last year has been just crazy and different. I kind of wish I had a degree in psychology because just watching behaviors and how things have rolled out this year, it's been fascinating. In many ways, seen a lot of failure, a lot of steps in the wrong direction, but not exclusively. I think resilience is the word that I've kind of landed on this year as I've studied what's been happening, and just the ones that have learned in life or have taken this opportunity and this challenge to learn resilience, they've come out ahead and they've grown, and positive things have come out of this time for them. Seen some really cool things this last year. Students teaching lessons and really digging in and studying and grappling with issues. Seeing students stepping up for some really cool service projects, some great ideas, and had to be creative this year because things were different. But good things happening there. Worship, students stepping up to lead and participate and make worship happen in creative ways. Um, Discipleship, seeing some really cool discipleship conversations come out and students discipling each other and growing there. So a lot of good things coming out of even what was a very tough year. April, I feel like, was a turning point for us, meeting again back in person, and then slowly masks coming off, and being able to see each other's face. Like it's just been amazing to experience that, and the life that's coming out of human contact and human sightings and smiles and all that. Really feel like the stage is getting set for a very positive next year. I know there's going to be a lot of students out there that are just hungry, longing for community, for relationship, and a lot of groundwork is being set now and preparations being made for good things to happen as the new year rolls around. So all in all, we just want to say thank you for walking with us for this last year. Um, Through amazing challenges come amazing opportunities. So confident that God's got some really great things in the future. And again, just thanking you for walking with us through this time. Here I am, and I am here with Maya.
Hello.
Yeah, we get to catch you guys up a little bit about how the ministry's rolling out and the impact it's having in people's lives. And so it's just fun to be doing this, and I appreciate Maya sharing with us today. So we're going to jump in and tell you a little bit more about the history of Maya getting plugged in. It was about 4 years ago.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, and you first came, and that was when the ministry was known as Kairos,
Yes.
right? And so that's kind of stuck in our heads.
Absolutely.
But of course, 2 years ago we transitioned into Impact. But in this time period, you had some transition in your life as well, Maya. So tell us about that.
So I started coming in around November of 2017. My childhood best friend introduced me to the group and was like, dude, I found this great group. It has so much community. You would absolutely love it. And I was like, I'm totally down for some community. And so I started coming with her every Tuesday night. And then around 2 months after I started coming, I up and moved to Chicago.
Yep.
And I lived in Chicago for around 2 years. And while I was living there, I was still getting invites from Wade to come to like Kairos events. And I was like, I feel so seen. This is so great. And so eventually the time came for me to move back to Colorado. And I was coming out of a really tight-knit community. So there was a really big part of me that was like, ooh, what am I going to do when I get to Colorado? And immediately I knew, I was like, I'm going to start coming back to Kairos, which is now Impact. And because I knew that I would be welcomed back even though I had left before. And so I came back shortly after I moved back to Colorado, maybe like 2 weeks. I started coming to Impact and immediately got reconnected with people that I had met before. And it was just so welcoming. And I didn't feel like, nobody was like, oh, you stopped coming. Why did you stop coming? They're like, oh my gosh, you're back. We're so glad that you're back. It was the most welcoming environment.
That's so good to hear.
Yeah.
And you know this. We try to be intentional,
Absolutely.
but like there's always that question, like,
are we doing
are
it
we
right?
doing it? Are we communicating right? So that's really, really good to hear.
Yeah.
So you came back and you were plugged in, and Maya, you came in as a solid person in your faith already, and yet there was still some growth and some things that.
Absolutely.
So tell us more about your process of growing.
So I came into Kairos and I was like, oh man, I would love to do like worship with these people here. And I talked to our friend Sydney about it, and Sydney was like, I've got this, don't you worry. And so Sydney talked to Wade, and then Wade set up a meeting, and so we got to talking about like what we could do with worship and what worship would look like. And I was kind of expecting like, oh, I'll just like help out behind the scenes. And I have another friend who also was interested in worship, and immediately Wade was like, great, you two are in charge. And we were like, what? We're what now? And so honestly, that was the best way for me to grow, because it was I couldn't like hide behind anybody else. I had to figure it out for my own. And I had to trust that I was hearing the Holy Spirit, and that like, you know, I was appointed to this position of leadership. It wasn't something I thrust my way into.
Right.
And so I got to grow in confidence in myself, like with identity in the Holy Spirit, and also with like my skill as a leader and my capability as a leader, and also as a worshiper.
Amen.
That was, I'd never gotten to do that before, and so it was really fun for me to not only be growing as a leader, but also like as a worshiper. Yeah, it's been monumental.
Absolutely. And, you know, to reverse it, like for me to give feedback on that, I can say yes, like I saw those things happening.
Yeah.
Like it has happened and growth has happened, and
Yeah,
it's been fun to watch. Of course, it's blessed the whole ministry, so
absolutely.
good all the way around.
Yes,
for sure.
yes.
I appreciate that. So Maya, as we wrap up, like anything else that you would just share about the ministry and how it's affected you?
It has been a game changer for me. I got some of the best friends of my entire life out of this ministry, and like people that I know will be walking with me for the rest of my life, wherever we are called to.
Amen.
You know, I got my people, and I didn't expect that going into Kairos. I expected community, but there was a part of me that was jaded and was like almost not willing to open up. And within like the first 3 weeks, someone was like, hey, you should come be part of my Chronos. You should come like join this Bible study. It's super intentional, and we're going to be friends. We're going to read the Bible and be friends. And that is exactly what happened. And now she's one of my best friends. And it just happened over and over again, where I was like, oh, well, it's not that big a deal, but like, I can't imagine my life without these people anymore.
Amazing.
So,
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. I appreciate that a bunch.
Yeah.
Just wrapping us up, hey, like as you are out there, our supporters that are praying and giving and making the difference, like it's this team thing.
Yeah.
Like this is not just about me. It's not just about Maya.
No.
It's not just about any individual. Like together, like amazing things are happening. And even these folks that are in the ministry, like they're making the ministry happen on so many different levels. So a big thank you to everybody that's participating
Yes.
and changing lives. It's pretty awesome. So thanks.
Well, thanks so much for checking out this video. There are more below, as well as some photos, a way that you can sign up for our newsletter, and also a link where you can give online if that interests you. Have a great day.